Is Deion Sanders all put on a show? Sure, Deion was fast, ridiculously fast. His coverage skills, also ridiculous. But here's where the debate kicks in. Tackling? Yeah, Deion wasn't exactly lining up to take down guys like Jerome Bettis. Some critics said Deion often made a business decision when it came to tackling, opting to avoid the physical punishment of taking down big running backs. Instead, he used his speed and smarts to outmaneuver receivers with finesse, not brute force. Deion didn't just cross the goal line, he danced across it, bringing his signature swagger along the way. After dominating at Florida State, Sanders was drafted 5th overall by the Atlanta Falcons in the NFL Draft of '89. And let's not forget, that draft was legendary, with stars like Troy Aikman, Barry Sanders, and Derek Thomas. You know where to comment if you want us to dive into that insane NFL draft class. Before Deion was even drafted, he turned heads at the NFL Scouting Combine, blazing through the 40-yard dash with times of 4.27 and 4.29 seconds. His speed was already the stuff of legends. From day one, Deion had a target on his back, but he welcomed it. In his very first game, Deion fumbled and recovered a punt return that was called back on a penalty. No big deal. On his second attempt, he ran it back for a touchdown. Primetime had officially arrived. He quickly became a highlight machine, not just on defense, but also as a punt returner, taking punts to the house and locking down the league's best receivers. But Deion wasn't just a football phenom. He made history on the baseball diamond too. In the 1989 season, Sanders hit a home run and scored an NFL touchdown in the same week, becoming the only player ever to do so. And if that wasn't enough, Deion is also the only person to play in both a Super Bowl and a World Series. The comparisons between Deion and Bo Jackson were inevitable, as both were the premier multi-sport athletes of their time. In 1990, the two finally faced off in a much-hyped baseball showdown called the Bo and Primetime Show. After Bo Jackson hit 3 home runs in one game, Deion acknowledged Bo's greatness, saying he's one of the best athletes who ever put on a uniform. Deion played baseball for 9 seasons, suiting up for teams like the Braves, Yankees, Reds, and Giants. Some thought he was stretching himself too thin, but for Deion, it seemed like the busier he was, the better he performed. Prime time didn't have an off switch. We've barely scratched the surface of Deion's career, so stick around. It's about to get even better. Think Primetime is the GOAT, or was he all show? Let us know your take in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. I mean, unless you hate fun, of course. Deion had the talent, no doubt, but he wasn't what some would call a complete cornerback. Tackling, not really his thing. He made more of those business decisions when it came to taking down bruisers like Eddie George. Some critics believe that avoiding physical contact made him less of a shutdown defender compared to other greats. Then there was his constant team hopping. Deion played for 5 teams in his career, earning a reputation as a bit of a mercenary, always chasing the brightest spotlight. But here's the thing, wherever he went, success followed. The '94 season might be the ultimate primetime moment. Deion joined the San Francisco 49ers and quickly transformed their defense. That year, Sanders racked up 6 interceptions, returning them for an incredible 303 yards and 3 touchdowns. His most famous pick 6 came against his former team, the Falcons. where he high-stepped down the sideline into the end zone, adding his signature flair. Deion didn't just win Defensive Player of the Year, he dominated key matchups. In the NFC Championship game, Deion made a crucial interception, helping shut down Michael Irvin and securing a win over the Cowboys. In Super Bowl 29, Sanders helped the 49ers cruise to a 49-26 victory over the Chargers, cementing his first Super Bowl ring. His performance redefined what it meant to be a shutdown corner, combining speed, instincts, and style. After that legendary season with the 49ers, Deion took his talents to the Dallas Cowboys in '95. In true primetime fashion, he didn't just play cornerback. He even suited up as a wide receiver, proving his versatility and helping the Cowboys win another Super Bowl. Deion was a force, no matter the position or team. Deion Sanders' impact can't be denied. He didn't just play cornerback, he redefined the position, reshaping NFL strategy around what a cornerback could do. With his speed, instincts, and flair, Deion changed how the game was played and how athletes are viewed. Primetime wasn't just about shutting down top receivers. He set the standard for what it means to be a cornerback, and many would say he's the best the NFL has ever seen. After football, Deion stayed in the spotlight, becoming a bigger personality in the media and mentoring young players. And if you've ever tried throwing his way in Madden, you know it usually didn't end well, just like it didn't for quarterbacks in real life. Some purists didn't love the flash, but you can't ignore the success. Love him or hate him, Sanders backed up every bit of his swagger. If you're building an all-time NFL highlight reel, leaving him off the list just isn't an option. After making his mark as a player and broadcaster, Deion Sanders took his talents to Boulder as the head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes. Before joining Colorado, Deion began his coaching career at Jackson State, where he led the team to back-to-back SWAC titles and 2 appearances in the Celebration Bowl. Under his leadership, Jackson State also had their first undefeated regular season. Since taking the job at Colorado in '23, Deion has already shaken things up. He transformed the team with a roster overhaul, bringing in top transfers and generating a buzz that Colorado football hasn't seen in years. In his first season, the Buffaloes showed flashes of greatness, with big wins that got everyone talking. But success didn't come without challenges. Turning around a struggling program is no easy feat, and Colorado still has work to do. That said, the energy and attention around the team are completely different. Deion's influence on and off the field is undeniable. He's a leader, mentor, and a magnet for top talent. His presence alone has elevated the program, attracting recruits who want to play for Coach Prime. And it's not just about football. Deion is changing the culture at Colorado, bringing his larger-than-life personality and NFL experience to the team. With his eye for recruiting, ability to inspire, and knack for the spotlight, it wouldn't be shocking to see Colorado in the hunt for a national championship in the next few years. Primetime might just have one more stage to dominate, and this time it's as a head coach. So what's your take on Deion Sanders? Was Primetime the best cornerback in NFL history, or did the flash outshine the substance? Drop your opinion in the comments. We want to hear what you think. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to Kickoff Zone for more stories about Deion Sanders, the NFL, and all things football.